Today we've got several different tasks I'm going to attempt. One is, I modified my tube tent in order to do a quick deployment time. I want to see if I can get it set up under 2 minutes. The second one is, I want to go up there. The second one is, we're going to use I think it's a 5x7 poly tarp, and we're going to use it to catch water with. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I just ended up in a big thing of prickly bushes. Yeah, this is very unpleasant. And the third task I'm going to attempt, and that depends on the weather conditions, is we're going to start a fire using toilet paper and oh, that looks good up there, and hand sanitizer. So, did a video on how I modified my homemade Mylar tube tent. And while you're watching that, I'm going to find a location to deploy from. So take a quick look at that. By the time you're done, we should be ready to go. Oh, this looks great. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Yep, prickly bush. I'm going to attempt to put grommets in Mylar, so this should be kind of interesting. I've never done this before. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to put it down here where the seam is, and we're going to put a little I cut quite a few pieces of duct tape on there, just to make sure it holds strong. Actually, I'm putting it right underneath the seam right here. Simply just going to fold this over, press it down real good, and hopefully this will work. Now we're just going to be using the basic grommet kit. I keep mine in a little plastic bag because I use so much of those things. But you can get your the grommet kit at any general camping store. Just go in there, they got them in a little box. I think O&M Trail makes some, and there's different ones out there. They come with a little set, a tap, a die, and of course the grommets. It's really easy to do. First thing, we got to put the hole in there. I don't want to get too close to the edge, so I'm thinking, yeah, right about there looks good. Well, it went through a lot better than I thought it would. Now we're just going to put the grommet in there, put it through the hole. You see that? Put the washer on top the right way. That's good. Whoops. There we go. And just pound it in. Well, let's see how we did. That went in. Feels pretty sturdy. Oh, I'm impressed. I'm just going to simply come around and repeat the same steps on all 4 sides I want to put grommets on. 2 pieces of duct tape. know, definitely make sure it lines up with the other one. You don't want to put one here and then one over there, because that just won't work. So, about the same location. About there, looks good. Need another grommet. Here, look at that. Went in there a lot better than I thought. I think it's actually going to work. There you have it. We've successfully put grommets and Mylar and duct tape. Be interesting to see how well they hold out in the field. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these and see what happens. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's amazing what you can do with grommets, duct tape. I didn't think you could put a grommet in Mylar, but I was wrong. Alright, what we're going to be using today, I'm going to be using a rope. Of course, my homemade Mylar tube tent, and of course the tent sticks I carry around with me. I've already found 2 trees I can use. I've cleared the area out a little bit, that way to cut down on time. So everybody get your timers ready. You got it ready yet? Okay, I'm ready. Your mark, get set. You're still not ready? Okay, how about now? Go. I'm gonna set this over here. The goal is under 2 minutes. I think this is just a little bit too much rope. I'm looking at a little overkill here. Yeah, it's definitely overkill. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it down a little bit. I gotta fix it. This is driving me nuts. How we doing on time? I see we're past the 2-minute mark. Yes. How we doing on time? Well, I'm going to deficit it tick more than 2 minutes because my timer shut off. So it looks like close to about 7 minutes according to timer on the camera. But all in all, that wasn't bad. What time did you get? Before we start the next project, let's take a real quick look and see what I did there. The grommets came in a lot handier than I thought. And the tent ain't bad at all. It's got a really good pitch to it. It's nice and tight, but not too tight. Yeah. Still took a lot longer than I wanted to, but if you were in a pouring down rain, that's definitely going to do the job. Okay, for this project, we're going to use this blue poly tarp to collect rainwater and morning dew, and I'm going to show you how that works. But first, we got to set it up. So I think this is a 5x7. I'm not 100% certain. We're going to use this screw right here. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. And we're going to be using This, I think it's nylon rope. I picked up fairly reasonable. I'm going to try it out and see what I think about it. So let's go ahead and get this end set up, and then we're going to go from there. Let's go ahead and put this, I want to say, let's move the camera up a notch, see what's going on. Let's do about 3 foot off the ground, shall we? And I try to use trees as much as possible, just for the simple fact I really don't like to cut live ones down unless I absolutely have to. And since we're pretty much experimenting today, I really don't feel the need to kill a live tree. And we're going to tie this fairly tight. Well, yeah, I'll just go ahead with the square knot on this one. I think we're going to be alright. Yeah, it doesn't cut that bad at all. Frays up a little bit. I think it's going to do everything we need. Next thing, we get to go shopping. And there's a lot of raw material laying on the ground. Actually, pretty much right behind us, so I'm going to go back there and grab some of that. Yeah, I think this will work. See if it's dead or not. Yeah, this will work for a 110 pole. The other thing, quick reminder, even though it is winter time, but it's a lot warm today, you're going to want to watch out for spiders when you start picking up dead wood, because you just never know what you're going to get into. I see something over here we can utilize. I'm going to go grab it. That's not going to work, I think. Ooh, what do we have here? That's definitely not going to work. I'm thinking, okay, we can use this guy right here. I'm going to have to sacrifice a tree. Let me go grab Mr. Machete. We'll cut him down, and then I see a couple items we can use over. Yep, that one right there will work perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the machete. Yeah, this will work. Gotta say, I've gotten a lot of use out of this machete, and I've been very freaking happy with it. We got this one. I found one over here I'm going to get. I might be a little out of camera focus, so I'm going to go grab that. Yeah, I think this one will work. now we need to figure out how high these poles need to be. Let's go over here and take a quick measurement. I'm going to say we're going to cut these off right about here. So we're going to make one for our guide. And I think we're going to set up shop on this really nice rock right here. And I'm going to go grab my axe because I have a feeling we're going to need it too. Now we got these all measured out, I'm just going to cut them to length real quick. I gotta admit, this machete worked out a lot better than I thought. I'm finding I'm using it more and more than I would any other tool. Okay, after doing that, we're going to put a little notch in each one of these for the rope to go into. Actually, yeah, don't want to cut all the way through, just a little ways. That's perfect. There we go. Actually, we're going to use you for a tent stake. Next thing we're going to do, so I'm just going to make a little 45-degree angle in here with the axe so they go into the ground a little bit easier. Something like that should do the trick. Now that we got that, we need to find some more raw materials. I'm going to need some stakes. Oh, I found some wood right over there we can use. And that will be perfect. Let's see. Oh. Oh. That's not going to work at all. It's just too dead. Yeah, maybe we can get 2 out of this one. Yep, I think we can get 2 out of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece off because we do not need it. course, we're going to cut this in half. Right about there. And this one, I think we can work with it. We're going to put a get the mess off there. Put a 45-degree angle in these. Now when you're using a rock as your workbench, be careful not to scar your blade up on it. Alright, that's perfect. Do the same with this one. Now after we got those done, of course, we're going to put a groove in each one of these stakes to hold the tent rope on. Now be careful not to cut all the way through, because then it's going to be pretty much worthless. Alright, next thing we're going to do is grab these poles and start assembling a water collection device. Grab that nylon twine. Yeah, this will work. About there. We're gonna have to move our notch stick. Shove this way. We're gonna put this probably at about a 30-degree angle, and I'm gonna shove it into the ground a little bit. Then I'm gonna go get Mr. Machete. I think after today, probably gonna have to sharpen the little guy up. It's getting a little dull. Well, looks like our notch worked out after all. Huh. Simply go through the hole, find the notch, wrap that around a couple times to make sure it's good and tight. It's got to hold water and a rock, and I'll show you what the rock is for a little bit later. Just put the tent stake right about thinking here. Yep, that'll work. Of course, you get it tied around the stake and get it in that notch and get it as tight as you can. And as luck has it, I found me a hammer. Huh. Probably should hammer that down in a little bit tighter. Okay, let's do this side over here. Found our notch right there. We're going to go this way with it. So we're going to go in at a 45. Move the camera around. There we go. I mean 30 degree on this one. There we go. Oh, that's going to be perfect. You see that okay? I'll bring it down a notch. There we go. There's our groove. Let's tighten that up. Actually, this nylon rope's working out a lot better than I thought. I'm going to take it down here. Yeah, looks good there. Cut the excess off. Just like we did on the other side. Do the little notch there. We're going to tie rope into the notch, wrap it around a couple times. Get a good little square knot or two in there. Hold that sucker in place. Now we don't want to get it too tight because we actually are going to want it to sag a little bit. So we're going to bring it here. That looks like it's a good spot for it. And we're going to use the Lucky Axe for this one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stick the other sides down real quick and get it pulled kind of taut, and we'll take it into the next step. Now that we got it all staked down, we got to find a rock. And I'll show you what the rock's for as soon as we found one. And by looking at the area we're in, I think we got quite a few to choose. So let's go over here and see if we can't find a nice little rock. Let's see. That one will work. Remember, before you get spunky and start lifting rocks up, you want to kick them with your foot. Grab them with a stick or something. Then make sure there's no spider underneath there or a snake waiting for you. That'll make a very unpleasant camping experience. Let's take this rock and we're going to set it center of the tarp. I don't think that's going to be heavy enough. We might have to go grab another one. Yep, I'm going to go get one more rock. Be right back. Well, I think this one will do it. Yeah, we don't need this one no more. Oh, yeah. So we're just going to have to make one adjustment, but we got our rock pretty much in the middle there. We're going to make one little adjustment to this side, and I think I'm ready to show you how it works. We're 75% done. The last thing we got to do for the tarp itself is we got to go underneath and poke a hole in it. And I'm thinking, yeah, the rock is about as close to the middle as it's going to get. So we're going to crawl in there. We're not going to cut a hole in it, because if you cut a hole, it'll start a rip. So we're going to carefully burn a hole in it. And I say carefully, just burn a little hole in there. There we go. Perfect little hole. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have to attach a string to this rock to come out of this hole. So let's go grab my string. Oh, there it is. That just came in handy now, didn't it? That wasn't set up at all. Let's grab the rock and we're going to tie a string around it. gently sit this on the tarp. Hopefully it won't pull it there. Yeah, that'll work. You're asking, why the heck are you tying a string around the rock? And I'll show you why here in a minute. You can use the simple, what I call square knot. That's all we need. We're just going to leave enough for that just to dangle down to the ground. Get that dirt off there. Poke the whole string through the hole. Okay, now we got the string hanging down. Got to do one more item of prep work. I have to go over here and grab a couple things real fast, so I'll be right back. We need something to catch the water in. I'm going to use a Ziploc bag. Now a lot of people think, well, why a Ziploc bag? Why don't I just put my water bottle under there? Well, you're going to want to sanitize the water. I don't care if it's rainwater, snow, or morning dew. You want to sanitize it before you drink it. Now if you're in an emergency situation, go ahead and drink it. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to hurt you, but I don't want to risk it. So we're going to make a little container to put the rock in. What am I talking about? Put the string in for the water to go in the bag, and we're going to use, what do I got laying around down here? Oh, there we go. We can use this. That's not going to work. But this stick will work perfectly. So we need to get a size of what we're going to cut this at. I'm thinking right there. So we're going to need about 4 of these. Just try not to get sawdust in the bag. I'm going to cut this at a 45-degree angle. Why I'm doing that is I'm simply going to save time so we don't have to put the angles on them. This next one, of course, we're going to cut straight across. And back to the 45 here. Measure this one out, and I think we're done. I'll tell you what, if any of you guys had your doubts about the Gerber machete, it's going through a workout today, trust me. Set that aside. Now let's crawl under here and get this set up. There's a couple other things I need to do is get my duct tape dispenser, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my axe. Let's go ahead and get under here and just get an idea of what we got to work with. We're officially on the home stretch. So, clear a little spot here. Sounds like we're under attack. Cut that. turn the end on it. That way it'll fuse itself together. That'll work. Bag. About here. I'm going to stick our bag out. And remember the other day we built the duct tape dispenser? We were getting ready to use it. Gonna put a little piece of duct tape on there. You're not going to need that much just to hold it into place. It's not exactly center, so move that over a notch. Pound that in. Pound this here. Just a little piece of duct tape on that. Like so. Now these we're not going to duct tape, we're just going to use those to hold the water in place. That way the bag doesn't flop over. It's like the wind is kind of screwing with me again today as usual. That should work. Okay, let's test it out, see how well it works. Yeah, let me grab my water bottle and something to put some water in. And we're going to simulate rain, so I'll be right back. So I went over there, grabbed my orange juice bottle, cut the top off the little sucker, wash it out a little bit, rehydrate me for a second. That's good. Glad I brought two of these. Just gonna fill this up, throw it up in the air, and tarp will catch it. The string will redirect it down into the bag, and we're gonna have water. Of course, it's gonna take a while, looks like. Oh, there we go. Let's go underneath and watch it work, shall we? The water follows the string down and goes right into the bag for collection. Now you're asking yourself, what's the importance of the string? And I'm going to answer that for you, because we got the underneath side of the tarp to work with to collect water, and we got the top side. So let's take one more look inside there. See how that water is just nicely dripping in the bag? Heck, we've almost collected that whole cup we threw in there. See all them little water droplets up there? You can see in the sunlight. All you have to do is just kind of gently shake those down, and they'll make their way down to the little hole. See? Just follow that string right into the bag. Okay, the way I set this up and the way this is designed is: 1, it collects rainwater in the top. 2, it'll collect snow on the top, which will melt. 3, it'll collect the dew on the bottom side. Now you know how you get up in the morning and it's been real humid out and there's a lot of fog. All that dew that collects on your vehicles, cars, on your carport, or on your tent. The sun will make that actually collect on the bottom of the tarp, and it will follow the tarp down in the beads of water, find the string, follow the string right inside the little bag. And you just simply just kind of shake that dew down inside there. And morning dew, the tarp this size, you could probably get almost a cup of water out of it. It's pretty good. Now let's talk a little bit about water sanitization. Before you drink any water, I highly suggest that you sanitize it. Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. Actually, I don't have my water purifier with me, so we're going to go with one way today, and that'll be another video. But you got to boil your water. Really simple, very easy to do. You want to bring it up to a rolling boil, which means the bubbles are just coming out of the top of that. Then count from 1 to 2 minutes after it starts bubbling like that. It'll kill the majority of all the pathogenics and all the viruses and bacteria in it. Also, I'm pretty sure if you look, that's kind of dirty. You want to filter that water. Before you pour it in your pot, you can use your t-shirt to filter out all the dirt and whatever crap that's in there, the sediment, before you boil it. Now after you boil it, you want to set it aside, let it cool down, and then pour it in your water storage system. And also, hang on, I'll be right back. Just kind of by screwing around, I made me a nice little cup I kind of like. Here's another question. Can you boil water in a plastic water bottle? Think about that. I might do a video on that eventually, and that'll answer your question. Well, I was going to do a fire today, but the wind is starting to pick up, and it's been really dry out lately, and there's a lot of debris on the ground, and I really don't want to risk starting a forest fire. Sorry about that. A forest fire. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of start packing the camp up and go into town, and local tavern I like to hang out is having buffalo burgers today, half price, and not bad. So I'm going to give you a shot and look around the campsite and take a look and see what you think. We're going to start off over here. We've got our Mylar shelter. Went up, it took about 7 minutes for those of you who were counting, I'm pretty sure. And there's room in there for 2. Over here we got our water collection system that also doubles as another shelter from the rain. Let's take a look inside and see how well that's working. Yep, they're definitely still collecting water. Slowly but slowly. First got my pack set up over there. My coats are off because for some damn reason in the middle of winter, it's almost 60 freaking degrees. Can you believe that? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video shoot. Gave you a couple ideas of something you might want to try yourself. Yeah, let's go this way. We accomplished several things today. One, we got the emergency Mylar tube tent deployed, and we made a shelter, and also a rain collection. Hang on, prickly bushes. Way to collect rainwater. I think it was a 5x7 polyurethane tent. And I hope you enjoyed yourself. And as always, thanks for watching. Yeah. Coming into some heavy trees and timber. Looks like a job for the machete.